Hello, today I will talk about Harbour. And as you all know or don't, he's actually one of the saddest agents in Valorant. I am not joking, as he only has a about 50% win rate, which is very bad for any agent. So today I will talk about his weaknesses and the factors that causes him to have this horrible performance. So first off, the things we know about Harbour is that firstly is a controller, also known as a smoker. But the thing about Harbour is that he is a pseudo initiator, which also means that he works somewhat like an initiator, meanwhile being a controller. This causes him to have imbalances in his gameplay and needing him to have very specific team compositions for him to work perfectly. The best pairs, typically for Harbour, include aggressive duelists and initiators. These agents include Neon, Jet, Breach, and Viper. These agents are typically picked because they are very good at taking space or they can act as another smoker. And this is where the problem comes in. Due to the fact that Harbour is a pseudo-initiator and typically requires another smoker or a very good space taker to be paired. This causes the problem of the compatibility requirement, which is hard to achieve, especially in ranked or competitive play. And now, the main problem is out of the way, so let's talk about the other contributing factors. So now let's talk about the utilities. First off, I will start off with Cove, also known as his smoke. This smoke lasts for 20 seconds and recharges in 30 seconds. The smoke also has an activatable ability that blocks gunfire, and when broken, the smoke would disappear. This, however, also causes him to have a significant problem in smoking large areas, which the next ability attempts to resolve. This ability is High Tide. High Tide sends forth a wall which can be guided, and any players passing this wall will be afflicted with slowness for a short duration. This wall will last for 15 seconds and has a total activation time of 2 seconds. In theory, this wall is extremely great in fixing this big flaw. However, when used practically, causes this wall to require decent to high skill ceiling to be used correctly, and this is problematic when used defensively. So, moving on to the next ability, I will talk about Storm Surge, which is his Molly. This Molly is a throwable explosive whirlpool that slows and nearsights enemies. This slow and nearsight will last for 2 seconds, which is actually not that much, and it costs about 200 credits. Now I'll pair this section up with his ultimate, which is named Reckoning. Reckoning unleashes a powerful and very huge wall that nearsights and slows enemies. And the nearsight will last for 3 seconds and slow for 2 seconds. Now on paper, both these abilities are extremely great. However, in my opinion, they lack practical use as both these abilities would require great coordination, timing, practice in custom games for lineups and calculation. This causes Harbour's abilities, in my opinion, to be exact, to be lackluster, as these abilities don't necessarily confirm kills, unlike breaches and the new agent Minx. That would be the end of this video, and see you all soon. I hope